So this is the first video of a new series that I have started on algebra. So please consider subscribing below to get notified on future videos that I make on this series. So let's start off by asking, what is an algebra? Well, to put in simple words, algebra is the branch of mathematics that deals with unknown values. So let's write that down. So as I mentioned, there are many instances where we come across unknown values, and to represent these unknown values in math, we use letters. So we use letters like X, Y, A, B, and so on. It does not necessarily need to be English alphabets itself. Some of you may have already noticed the usage of theta, alpha, or similar Greek alphabets. You can actually use anything to represent. So we use these letters as a placeholder to those unknown values when we write out our mathematical equations. So these placeholder letters, to which we do not know the values of, are called variables. So in math, we call them variables. And if we don't know a value of something, we assign that a variable. Okay, now let's go ahead and identify some keywords in algebra. What you see right in front of you is called an algebraic expression. So this is called an algebraic expression. Some of the students tend to mix up an algebraic expression with an algebraic equation. It is called an algebraic equation if it is only equal to something. For example, if I say 2x plus 3y plus 7 is equal to 0, or equal to another number like 5, or equal to another expression like 2x plus 3, then it becomes an algebraic equation. An equation is something that has an equal sign with something to its right hand side and to its left hand side. Even as simple as 1 equals 1 or 0 equals 0 is also considered an equation. As long as it has an equal sign, it will be considered an equation. But this one is considered an algebraic expression and not an equation. Now if you look at these two, these are the two variables, these are the two unknowns in this expression. So this means that 2 times something plus 3 times something else plus 7. Maybe you can interpret as buying some fruit juice. Maybe you bought 2 glasses of some fruit juice and 3 glasses of another fruit juice, and you left a $7 tip behind. So this will tell you the total value of your bill, where X and Y are the prices per glass of those 2 fruit juices. Alright, now let's look into the next keyword. So if you have a look at this 2 over here and this 3 over here, these two numbers are called coefficients. So the coefficient is a number that is multiplied with a variable. So if you have a look at this algebraic expression, 2 is the coefficient of x and 3 is the coefficient of y. And when you put a coefficient and a variable together, that is called an algebraic term. If you see here, 2x is an algebraic term, 3y is an algebraic term, and any other forms of putting a number and a variable together. So what you're basically doing is you're basically multiplying a number with a variable. The moment you multiply a number with a variable, it becomes an algebraic term. And it does not need to be just one variable. It could also be something like 14x squared y squared ab. This is also an algebraic term because as you see, x, y, a and b are variables here, and 14 is the coefficient of x squared y squared ab. And this entirely is considered an algebraic term. So if you add 2 algebraic terms together or subtract 2 algebraic terms together, that is when you get an algebraic expression. So 2x plus 3y is an algebraic expression. 14x squared y squared ab is not an algebraic expression, it's just an algebraic term. But when you add another maybe 2x to this becomes an algebraic expression. So to make an algebraic expression, you at least need 2 algebraic terms. And finally, this number over here, this is called a constant. So a constant is the right opposite of a variable. Because the variable is unknown, you assign it because you don't know the value of something. But on the contrary, constant is something that we know the value of. So basically, constants are always going to be some form of number, is like 7, 5, 4, we know the value of 7 will not change, it's always 7. That's why it's called a constant. The value of 5 is going to be 5 regardless of whatever the thing that is surrounding it. Even values like pi and other irrational values are constants because we know the value to that. It's not something that pi is going to change from question to question, right? It's going to be the same value. So these are all constants. So now you may ask, okay, what about 2x plus 3? It doesn't have two algebraic terms. This has one algebraic term and a constant. So is this an algebraic expression? Well, yes, this is an algebraic expression because we can write 3 as 3 times 1, which can be replaced as 3x to the power 0 because x to the power 0 is 1. Since x to the power 0 equals 1, we know that 3 times 1 is 3, so we can even write 3 as 3x to the power 0. Now this could be considered as an algebraic term because it has a variable and a coefficient part. So in that perspective, this 3 can also be considered as an algebraic term. And remember, even the letter x alone can be considered as an algebraic term because even the letter x has a coefficient 1 in front of it, and therefore by definition it has a coefficient and a variable in it, so it can also be called an algebraic term. So in this introduction video, we looked into the definition behind several keywords that we use in algebra and often mix up. So now we clearly know what a variable is, what a constant is, and we also know what a coefficient is, we know what an algebraic term is, and what an algebraic expression is. And we also know that an algebraic expression and an algebraic equation are two different things. So that's it for this video, and we'll meet in the next video to discuss more algebra related concepts. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found this video useful or if you learned something new, hit the like button and consider subscribing below. See you in the next video.